Good morning, Bobcats. This assignment is for Monday the 17th for third, fifth, and seventh period, and for Tuesday the 18th for fourth and sixth period. So in today's assignment, you have a couple things you're going to do. The first thing you're going to want to do is this assignment in Google Classroom called I Can Google Form. This kind of lets me know where your abilities are with Google, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, as far as using the Google suites, not like, oh, I can Google what's the best hair product for curly hair, which I Google all the time. So first of all, finish that assignment. You can find that assignment in one of two places. Right here on the stream, and I'm using my Integrated Science 8 third period. So it's right here on the stream. New assignment, I Can Google Form, or in here under classwork. So when you look at classwork and you scroll down to introduction, because we're still in the introductory period, you can find the I Can Google Form. Click on the assignment. 2 of you have turned it in already. Jolly on the spot. Thank you. And then click on the form and go ahead and fill it out. That is for you to do today to start. So number one, you're going to get into Google Classroom. You found this video, and then you're going to do that Google form so that you know what your skills are with Google. Each day this week that you have class, you're going to have an I Can Google challenge. Seventh period will have one challenge per day because I get to see you every day. And my other classes will just have the challenge on the day that I have you. Today's challenge is email and documents. So up here, I have not posted it yet, but it'll say Google Challenge email, and it's going to be in here under student resources as well. Now I'll put it in introductions. So it'll be the Google Challenge email, okay? And your challenge is, while we're doing distance learning especially, and when we get back to class, you're going to have to learn to listen carefully and to take notes on your own, because the teachers aren't always going to be able to do that, and this is a great skill to learn. So the first thing you're going to do is create a document. And in that document, you're going to create a checklist. That checklist will include all of the instructions that I'm giving you today. Finally, you will take that document and you will email it to me using a professional or academic email. To do that, I will walk you through some of the steps, and then I'm going to release you to work on it on your own. You have your waffle up here with the boxes. You can click on that, and you can either go to My Drive or Documents. There are generally several ways that we can do assignments. So I'm going to go to My Document. And once it loads, you're going to click Blank Document. And this will open up a blank Google Doc. You are going to change the title. And the title is going to be your first initial with a period, and then your last name. It's a little laggy. Class period. The example I'm doing is third, but put whatever class period you are in with me. And then Google Challenge email. I would like you to insert the title or insert a header, which is the same as the title of the document. On this document, you are going to create a table. So you do insert, create table, and I'm going to do 3. I want one for checkbox so I can mark it as completed, one that includes the title of the items I'm doing, and one that adds notes. So here is done. Task to complete, notes, issues, questions. I don't need my done box to be that big, so I'm going to resize it by grabbing that guy and moving it over. And I don't know how big my questions or notes are yet, but I'm just going to do that to make it a little easier. I've already listed some things that you need to do. So in the task to complete, you should start listing those. The first one was to create a document. Well, gosh, Miss Jaquish, you haven't given me enough space to add any more. All you have to do is hit tab and it will create as many rows as you need. I need to create a document. I need to title the document. I need to spell document right a couple times. I need to add header, which is the same as the title. Okay. Create table with 3 columns. Do you see how that little dotted line showed up under the word column? I'm going to 2-finger click it and see what it's telling me to do. Maybe it should be columns. Is that why it's asking for something? Whenever there's a squiggly line or a dotted line, you should check it to see what the document is suggesting you do. I also want to insert checkboxes here, and that can be done in a couple different ways, but the way that I generally do it is I pick Insert, Image, and then I search the web for the image. Your Google search pops up here, so you don't have to minimize this window or do anything else to get to it. From here, I'm going to type the word checkbox. And I generally like this guy because I use that one a lot. So I click on it. When you see the blue check mark, you can click Insert. Once it's inserted, I can resize as needed because I don't need it to be that big. Okay? And then under notes, issues, or questions, I could put used term checkbox in Google search. In case I want to use it again. Oh, there's that blue line. I'm going to click on it. What does it tell me to do? Checkbox is a compound word. All right, let's put them together. There we go. So listen carefully as I list the other instructions. As I list the other instructions you need to do, you will add them to your table. After you complete the document, you will email it to me. So on this document, I want you to change the font size. Right now it's Arial 11. Change it from 11 to something else. And I want you to change the font. So Arial, pick something else. And if you're really advanced, you can even change the color of the page if you know how to do that. So do all of those things. Keep the checklist going because this part's included as well. Then you're going to email me the document. The way you can do that is back in Google Classroom. You can click this box here, your little waffle, and pick Gmail. I already have mine open and I don't want to have to wait for it to reload. So I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to do compose. The recipient is me. So you have to put in my email address. And to find my email address, you can look in Google Classroom, or I can tell you it's YvetteJaquish@portervilleschools.org. In the subject, put Google Challenge email and today's date. So if you're my odd classes, it's Monday the 17th. If you're an even class, it's Tuesday the 18th. In the email, you're going to write it professionally or academically. So Mrs. Jaquish. If you're not sure how to spell my name, look on Google Classroom. Here is my document for the email Google Doc Challenge. Gosh, I misspelled something again. Don't send me an email with things that are misspelled or sentences that are not complete. At this point, you have 2 options. You can either attach it through Google Drive, or you can even hyperlink it. here is my document. You can hyperlink it to the Word document and send it that way. At the end, something like your name, student, okay? And then you would go ahead and send it to me. In your email, you are going to create labels for all of your classes so that you can organize the information that you get from your teachers easily. On this side, I have a bunch of different labels for things that I've done in the past or things that I'm doing now. So I want to be able to organize things. I have a couple invitations from other teachers to their Zoom meetings. So I can click on those. And I'm going to click on this arrow that says labels. Right now it's going under updates. I don't want it to go under updates. I want it to go under something that I don't have a label for yet, which would be Zoom. So I'm going to do create new. The new label will be Zoom 2020 fall. And it says nestle under. I don't want it to nestle under anything. That would mean that it's a subtitle. So I don't want it to nestle under anything. So I'm going to name it Zoom. You are going to name it after your class. So you could put Jakewish, Science, Third Period, whatever title makes sense for you that you can refer to easily. And then I'm going to create. And those items will then move. So now I got my move to. I can scroll down and find Zoom. You should have a title for every class that you have listed here under your titles. After you've done that, I would like you to take a screenshot of it so that I can see that you've created the titles you've created. You should have one for every class. You should have an email from every teacher as long as they have a Google Classroom, and you do need to click on an email to create the label. So that's your challenge today. You are going to stay in the Zoom meeting while you work on this. You can minimize the Zoom while you do it, but you need to still be available. And I will go ahead and put you in groups if you want to work in groups, or we can stay as a whole class so that you can just chime in and ask questions when needed. Okay, good luck. I know you're going to rock it. So here we go. Challenge accepted.